This is not just a daydream. It's not just a fantasy. What you just experienced is real. And the more you do this, the more real it becomes. Welcome back to the Reality Revolution. I'm Brian Scott, and today we're going to completely revolutionize how you think about meditation. If you don't know how to meditate, then this is the episode for you. If you know someone that needs to learn how to meditate, then send them this episode. Forget everything you think you know about sitting quietly and trying to empty your mind. Today, I'm going to show you that meditation is not just relaxation. It's a portal, a literal gateway into infinite realities. If you're new to meditation, this episode is perfect for you because I'm going to teach you my unique approach from the ground up. And if you're already meditating using my advanced techniques, today we're diving deep into why this practice is so much more powerful than what most teachers will tell you. But before we dive in, I have something incredibly exciting to share with you. On November 21st through the 23rd, I'm hosting my most immersive live event. This isn't just another meditation workshop. This is where I'll be teaching my complete approach to meditation as a portal in person. Everything we're covering today is just a taste of what we'll explore together live. You can get all the details at www.brianscotttlive.com/event-November. This is the culmination of everything I teach: timeline shifting, parallel reality access, identity transformation, all through understanding that meditation is a portal. And if you've been following my channel, you know my approach to meditation isn't like anyone else's. We're not just relaxing. We are accessing other dimensions of reality. Now, why I'm so confident that meditation is a portal? Because I've experienced it myself, and I've guided hundreds of thousands of you through this same journey. Today, I'm going to teach you my style of meditation, the style that's transformed my life and the lives of so many in our community. Let's start by completely reframing what meditation actually is. Most meditation teachers will tell you to empty your mind or just observe your thoughts. That's like having a sports car and only driving it in first gear. Your mind is not something to suppress. It's the most powerful reality creation tool in the universe, and meditation is how you learn to pilot that tool with precision. Every night when you dream, your consciousness travels to other realities. You are meditating. You experience full sensory environments, interact with beings, live entire storylines. Your brain doesn't know the difference between what you're experiencing in the dream and what you call real life. Meditation is the practice of consciously accessing those same states while awake. It's dream control while conscious. It's reality navigation with intent. When I teach that meditation is a portal, I'm teaching you three fundamental skills. 1, mind control, not suppression, but direction. 2, sensory amplification, not numbness, but enhanced perception. And 3, reality selection, not escape, but conscious choice. This is what separates my approach from traditional meditation. We're not trying to achieve some blank state of nothingness. Though that can be helpful and is a part of the process, that is not the goal. We're trying to develop the ability to consciously enter any reality we choose through the practice of meditation. Now, before anyone thinks I've gone completely mystical on you, let me give you the science. Your brain operates on different frequencies: beta, alpha, theta, delta. Normal waking consciousness operates primarily in beta around 13 to 30 hertz. But here's where it gets interesting. When you drop into alpha, which is 8 to 12 hertz, and theta, which is 4 to 8 hertz, your brain starts producing the same patterns it creates during REM sleep: deep creativity and what scientists call non-ordinary states of consciousness. In these states, your temporal lobe becomes more active, the same region that's hyperactive in people who report mystical experiences, out-of-body travel, and contact with other dimensions, your default mode network quiets down, which is the part of your brain that maintains your sense of fixed identity and linear time. Simultaneously, your brain increases production of DMT, often called the spirit molecule. This is the same compound that creates the most profound altered states known to human consciousness. So when I say meditation is a portal, I'm not speaking metaphorically. I'm describing a literal neurochemical process where your brain shifts into the same state that naturally occurs during the most reality-altering experiences humans can have. The difference is, instead of these experiences happening randomly or through external substances, you're learning to trigger them at will through the practice of meditation. Now let's talk about what actually happens when you use meditation as a portal. And I want to address this directly because most meditation teachers avoid this topic entirely. When you properly enter meditative states, you will see things. You will feel things. You will have experiences that seem more real than your everyday reality. You might see geometric patterns, lights, colors that don't exist in normal spectrums. You might see landscapes, other beings, entire civilizations. You might feel like you're floating, expanding, or moving through space. You might hear sounds, voices, or music that seems to come from other dimensions. Traditional meditation teachers often dismiss these as distractions or hallucinations. I call them data. These aren't random neural firings. They are your consciousness beginning to tune into frequencies beyond the narrow band of consensus reality. It's like adjusting a radio from static to clear signal. Some of you will see past or future versions of yourself. Others will experience what feels like contact with higher intelligence. Some will find themselves in landscapes that feel more real than anything you've experienced in waking life. All of this is normal. All of this is valuable, and all of this is why meditation becomes addictive once you understand how to use it as a portal rather than just a relaxation technique to clear your mind. But before we can access these portals, we need to establish the foundation: mental stillness and clarity. This is where most people struggle, so I'm going to give you the exact techniques I use. The problem with most meditation instruction is they tell you to stop thinking or to focus on your breath, and that's a good start. But it's impossible to stop thinking, and it creates internal conflicts. Instead, we're going to learn to direct thinking. First, understand that thoughts aren't the enemy. Distracting thoughts are like background noise. We don't try to eliminate the noise. We learn to tune into the signal we want. Here's the key: your attention is like a muscle. Right now, your attention is weak and unfocused. It jumps around like an untrained puppy. Through meditation, we're going to train your attention to go exactly where you point it and stay there. The technique is simple. When a distracting thought arises, don't fight it. Simply notice it thinking and redirect your attention back to your chosen focus. Think of it like training a muscle. Each time you redirect, you're doing one rep. Most people expect to be perfect immediately and get frustrated, but you wouldn't expect to bench press 300 pounds on your first day in the gym. Mental focus is the same. You're building strength gradually. What most teachers don't tell you is the goal isn't to stop thoughts permanently. The goal is to develop the ability to think what you want to think, when you want to think it, and to maintain crystal clear focus on your chosen reality. So what I will recommend for most of my students is just to begin and sit still. Oftentimes the body tries to distract you out of meditation or to take away your focus. So you'll be sitting there and suddenly you have an itch. You have to scratch it. So the first thing I want you to do is try to sit still. Sit still for 5 to 10 minutes. Don't move. And then if you can increase it to 30 minutes, that's great. If you can focus on something, that's fine, but it's okay in the beginning. If you have no control over your mind, that's fine. There is nothing to worry about. Just get still. The second technique I want you to use is the Silva Mind Control 5-to-1 method, and that involves starting out with counting backwards from 100 to 1. Once you're sitting still, you count backwards from 100 to 1. You will end up stopping somewhere in between. You might get distracted. You end on 88 or 77 or 62. You keep doing it until you go all the way through to 1. You try to see every number in your mind. Once you've done that all the way through, then you do 50 to 1. Then you do 25 to 1. Then you do 10 to 1. And then you do 5 to 1. Once you reach that point, you can repeatedly just go 5 to 1 and go into that state where you have some control over your mind. Once you have been able to sit still and do the 100 to 1 down to the 5 to 1 method, then we begin to work on our imagination. Now, most people ask me, what position should I be in? It is preferable to sit up if you can. It is preferable to keep your spine as straight as you can. The energy running through your spine helps enable your mind and empowers it. So if you are sitting in a position that is uncomfortable or your spine is not aligned or straight, attempt as best you can to adjust it. Because we're always on our phones, a lot of people end up crouching and they do not have proper spinal alignment. It's okay if it's not perfect. The second step is to lay down. Now, if you can lay down and stay awake, then do it. The first part of this process is learning to meditate in a state akin to sleep. So you're kind of sleepy and drowsy. That means that your brainwave state is in theta to alpha. And then you do the countdowns, you do everything. If you find yourself falling asleep, you keep on trying this. That's the primary reason that we want to sit up. But it's okay to lay down if you can stay conscious during the process. And it's also a way of keeping your spine aligned. So there is an ongoing debate about the best way to meditate. I've found that breathing and sitting up allows you to have a more intensive meditative experience, to use the meditation as a portal as I'm discussing. Now, there are a number of positions taught in yoga and in Buddhism that help to automatically align the spine. And if you can do that, that's great. Some people simply can't. There are meditation chairs, one that I have, that forces alignment of your spine without having to fully cross your legs and pull them up. That is something you can focus on later. It can be as simple as you sitting down in a chair. I generally rest my hands on my knees. I like to keep my hands upward or to hold my thumb and forefinger together so that I have control over my hands. Whatever works for you is better. Once you become adept at meditation, you can start experimenting with different hand positions. But having your palms open is in a position of receiving, which is part of this mindset that we want to be in when we meditate. You want to focus on your breath at the beginning. It is an effective way to focus your mind. If you suddenly are very distracted, then focus on your breath. The breath is the key to meditation. The breath is the portal. It ignites you, it relaxes you, it changes your brainwave state. Breathing is the primary technique used in heart coherence, and that is a meditative technique. Slowing down your breath is generally something that's going to help you. What I usually recommend, there's a ton of different breathing techniques, but try to keep your breathing even. Breathing in and out and slowing it down, that will balance the parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous systems. But there are some 3-6-9 and 7-11 and different forms of breathing techniques, and all of them have their place. Sometimes breathing out more can help release certain energies. Sometimes breathing in more can help increase energies. Everyone's a little bit different, but the process of understanding your breathing will help you immensely in the meditation process. Now, once you've developed basic attention control, we add the secret ingredient that transforms meditation from relaxation into reality navigation: vivid imagination. Most people have been conditioned to believe imagination is just fantasy or not real. This is one of the most limiting beliefs you can hold. Your imagination is your direct interface with infinite possibility. When I teach meditation, I teach you to imagine with all 5 senses, plus emotion, plus the sense of actually being there. This is not daydreaming, this is conscious reality construction. The difference is daydreaming is passive and random. This form of meditation uses imagination actively and specifically. You're not just seeing something, you're constructing a complete sensory environment and then entering it as if it's completely real. For example, instead of just visualizing a beach, you feel the temperature of the air, of the sand on your feet, you smell the salt air, you hear the specific rhythm of waves, you feel the sun's warmth on your skin, you taste the ocean breeze, you feel the emotions of being in that place. When you engage imagination this completely, your brain begins to produce the exact same neural patterns it would if it were actually there. Your subconscious mind cannot distinguish between a vividly imagined experience and a physical one. This is why this form of meditation works. You are training your consciousness to exist in the reality of your choosing. There are a number of different meditation schools. Some will advise using a mantra or something to repeat, and this is a very good technique at the beginning of the meditation process. You can use it in addition to or in replacement of the 5-to-1 technique for Silva mind control. Simply repeating a mantra over and over and over again calms the mind and tends to focus it. I'm not a huge fan of transcendental meditation, although transcendental meditation is amazing, but the whole idea that you have to join and pay the school for them to give you a specific mantra. Just use Om. Find a mantra, just look up mantras. You don't have to make it complicated. You sit and repeat that mantra. You can hum, you can use Om. Anything like that is going to do exactly what you need to do. Now, going back to your posture affects your consciousness, so slouching sends a signal to your brain that you're going to sleep. Sitting too rigidly creates tension. Imagine a string pulling from the crown of your head toward the ceiling. This will naturally align your spine. Your shoulders are relaxed and slightly back. Your hands on your thighs. The key is finding a position you can maintain for 20 to 45 minutes without discomfort, but that keeps you alert. This is where most people struggle. They either can't relax deeply or they relax so much they fall asleep. My solution is go for a walk, do jumping jacks, have a cold shower, anything that gets your energy up before you meditate. Then sit down while your body is still vibrating with high energy. I use Qigong. I've done the 5 Tibetans. This creates the perfect state, physically energized but mentally ready to drop into deeper consciousness. I've even done 50 push-ups or run up and down stairs a few times before important meditation sessions. Your body is activated, but your mind is ready to go deep. It's the perfect combination for portal work. At the event that I talked about earlier, Kyle Boyd of the Heart Coherence Collaborative will lead everyone through Qigong exercises and heart coherence prior to the meditation to amplify the energy and put you in that correct state. If you're doing this at home, then you want to try to do the same thing. Just find some way to amplify your energy. The important thing is that you also need to relax in the meditation. The meditation will not be as effective if you are holding tension within your body. So it helps to scan your body of any tensions that you're holding. I try to do that in my guided meditations, but if you're doing it without a guided meditation, then scan your body. Where am I holding tension? Go through each part of your body from your feet to your head, and then you start to relax and release that tension. You can do this simply by intention. You also want to scan your body and see if you're holding any emotions. Oftentimes you're holding emotions in your body and you want to release those emotions. You want to address anything that's coming up in your thought pattern from your day. A lot of times we might be thinking about something that we have to do, something that we're worried about. Just put those things outside of the room while you meditate. Just acknowledge that you're going to come to those things after the meditation. You're not ignoring them or letting them go. You're saying, yes, I'm going to address those things, but I'm going to take this time to meditate. Now, let me explain why this approach is so different from traditional meditation. You may have been taught meditation differently, and there are some great things to learn from that. And it's specifically designed for accessing other realities. Most meditation traditions were developed in cultures where the goal was to escape material reality or transcend individual consciousness. The aim was often to dissolve the self into some universal oneness, which is great. My approach is different. We're not trying to escape reality. We're trying to master reality navigation. We're not dissolving the self. We're expanding the self to include multiple versions and possibilities. Traditional meditation says, let go of all your desires and attachments. My form of meditation is to learn to consciously choose which desires and attachments you want to experience. Traditional meditation says to empty the mind of all content. Using meditation as a portal says to fill the mind with chosen content and live within it. Traditional meditation says there is only one true reality. With portal meditation, there are infinite realities and you can learn to access them. This is why my channel focuses on advanced techniques. Once you understand that meditation is a portal, everything changes. Timeline shifting becomes possible. Parallel reality jumping becomes practical. Identity transformation becomes a skill. You're not just sitting quietly hoping for some powerful feeling. You're developing the ability to enter and explore other dimensions of existence. This is why I'm so excited about our November event. In person, I can guide you through the portal experience. These experiences are difficult to achieve through videos alone. We can practice advanced techniques together and explore realities as a group. Now let's put all this together with a guided meditation that will show you exactly what I mean by meditation as a portal. Find your comfortable sitting position. Remember, alert but relaxed. Adjust if you have to. Adjust your shoulders. Get your back in that right condition. Close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Your body's beginning to relax completely. Feel the relaxation starting at the top of your head and flowing down through every muscle group. Your forehead relaxes, your jaw relaxes, your shoulders drop, your arms become heavy, your chest expands easily with each breath. You're breathing into your stomach, and your stomach softens. Your legs become heavy and relaxed. Your feet completely let go. Your body is now completely relaxed, and your mind is becoming calm and peaceful. Any thoughts that arise simply float by like clouds in the sky. You're safe, you're comfortable, and you're beginning to enter a deeper state of consciousness. Now just sit still for a moment. Try not to move at all. We're going to do this for just about a minute. Very good. Don't be hard on yourself. If you moved, it's fine. The focus was not on your mind, it was just on your body. Continue to try to remain still. And now what I want you to do is to count backwards from 100. I want you to see the numbers. We're going to go through this process. I am not going to count the numbers out loud because that makes it easy for you and you can simply listen. I'm going to give you some time to count down from 100. And as you do this, you're going to try to reach 1. This is your first time doing this. It's okay if you can't. You get distracted, you miss numbering. So start now with 100 to 99, 98. Keep going. Very good. Your mind is in the right place right now. Now in front of you, I want you to imagine a doorway made of pure light. This doorway represents access to any reality you choose to explore. And as you approach this doorway, you feel a sense of excitement and infinite possibility. Step through the doorway now. You find yourself in a landscape that represents your highest potential. Look around. What do you see? What does this reality feel like? What version of yourself exists here? I want you to really use all of your senses. See what you see, feel what you feel, hear what you hear, smell what you smell, taste what you taste. Make this as vivid as possible, utilizing any tone of reality to make it as if it's happening now. It is perfectly okay if you couldn't see anything or it was mostly dark. We're working this muscle right now And you have to start somewhere, and this is where we start. In this reality, you have access to abilities and knowledge that seemed impossible in ordinary consciousness. Feel what it's like to be this version of yourself. Really explore who you are in this version of yourself. Now, what I want you to understand that's really amazing, when your mind is clear, you enter into a state in which all possibilities are available. Some people call it the void. Some people call it the all-mind. But you are seeing a reality that exists. This is not just a daydream. It's not just a fantasy. What you just experienced is real. And the more you do this, the more real it becomes. Now, before we return, set an intention to remember this experience and to know that this portal is always available to you through your meditation by controlling your mind, sitting still, focusing. You can begin to enter into these realms. When you're ready, begin to return. Step back through the doorway of light. Feel yourself becoming more aware of your physical body. See, that wasn't hard. I've always wanted to teach meditation so that it's fun. There are people that teach meditation as a specific process that becomes a task. It becomes difficult and boring. Meditation is fun. Now I'm going to count from 1 to 5. When I reach 5, you'll be fully alert and aware. 1, beginning to return. 2, becoming more aware of your body. 3, feeling refreshed and energized. 4, almost fully alert. And 5, eyes open, fully alert and aware. You are now a meditator. You are a master meditator. You always were, and you always will be. This is what you were meant to do. To access states, to enter into realities. Your consciousness is the key to your life, and you can access this consciousness through the portal of meditation. What you just experienced was a basic meditation. With practice, these experiences become more and more vivid, more consistent, and more transformative. This is just the beginning. In our November event, we'll spend an entire 3-day period over a weekend exploring advanced techniques, timeline shifting, merging with your future self, and reality navigation that goes far beyond what's possible in a single YouTube video. If you're ready to take this journey deeper, visit www.brianscotlive.com/event-november. This is where I teach everything I know about using meditation as a portal to infinite realities. I want to shift you completely into your greatest reality, and we can do that through the portal of meditation. You're not just learning to escape a reality, you're learning to choose reality You're not trying to empty your mind. You're learning to direct your mind toward the experiences you want to have. Meditation is a portal, and now you know how to begin using it. It's that simple. If this resonated with you, smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know in the comments what you experienced during our guided meditation. What did you see when you walked through that portal? You can find all episodes of The Reality Revolution at therealityrevolution.com. I'd love it if you checked out my art. You can find it at www.newearth.art. And welcome to The Reality Revolution. Hello, it's Brian Scott. And I'm beyond excited to finally announce a live, in-person, 3-day event that I'm hosting in Los Angeles on November 21st through the 23rd. And when you walk away from this event, your life will be changed forever. Whatever it is that you're looking for right now, if you need to heal from something, to find the love of your life, to find wealth, to find your purpose, to ascend, to evolve, whatever that is, whatever your desire, this event is designed to bring that to you. There is a timeline available for you where you can live the very best life that you could ever imagine, where everything is always working out for you. And this event is designed to shift you into that reality and make it something tangible and real that you experience. I promise you that this will change your life.